What's good, Audiotree viewers? It's me, Psalm 1, global hip-hop treasure and overall music junkie, just looking for my next favorite band. We are broadcasting to you all the way from beautiful Chicago, Illinois, and today is Wednesday, May 1st, 2024. I want to send a shout out to all of our subscribers, and if you're not subscribed, please mash that button, and while you're at it, follow Audiotree on Spotify and every platform there is, because it's never too late to do the right thing. And Klug Bugs we are eating today because we have Portland-bred, Nashville-based singer-songwriter Olive Klug in studio today, ready to peel back a few more layers in this onion of humanity. Olive's lyrics are prickly, breezy, exposed, and quite handsome, and it reminds us of how powerful the journey of music can be. So let's get into it. Ladies, and gentlemen, please welcome Olive Klug.
Who I was 3 years ago would have a crush on me today. She takes secret videos from the back of the house while I'm on stage. Ask, who did your tattoos? And if you're ever in the mood, I'd love to take you out so I could learn a thing or two. Who I am today would think that 21-year-old was sweet. I'd indulge her bright-eyed inquiries and wouldn't tell her she's naive, even though she'd think I had it all figured out. I'd let her know I'm full of headaches, fear, and doubt. But I'd say thank you for reminding me what this whole thing's about. I guess I've grown a lot and you have showed me how. I get caught up in the forward crawl. I forget to see the beauty. They say just be yourself, well they forget that order's tall. I'm still trying to find it, but this slightly younger self helps me recall. Though I'll be 3 years from now, I'll have some shit to say to me. Relax your furrowed brow, there ain't no reason to worry. And if you feel like giving up, you gotta remember that you're tough. You'll find your power in the tears that line your cheeks. Who I am today would ask that older person for some cheats, but I'd secretly hope they wouldn't give any to me. And in my fantasy they've got it figured out, and all their confidence outweighs their minor doubts. But I'm wise enough to know that's not what this whole thing's about. I got some growing left and you have showed me how. I get caught up in the forward crawl. I forget to see the beauty. They say just be yourself, well they forget that order's tall. I may never find it. Don't really mind that, 'cause this scrappy band of all these different versions of myself, they never fail to catch me. Canvas is blank as a mirror. Paint me however you'd like. I'm getting hoarse from the small talk. A long walk might help me to sleep through the night. Stare at the clothes in my closet. They feel as foreign as stars. I try to sing to the way that I'm feeling, but I can't stand the sound of all 6 guitars. I put another book on the shelf of choices I made myself that now taste sour. Take another bag to Goodwill, find another look that could kill my sense of power. All of this stuff keeps on calling my bluff. Big opinions like petals of flowers. I tell a white lie, this one catches my eye, and you're legally bound to comply. But the problem is that I can't ever tell anyone why. I need a second opinion, often a third and a fourth, before I make any decision. Does that mean I think things through or have low self-worth? I put another fish on the line, just another waste of my time. Catch and release. Write another long list of goals. Even if I win the role, I'll never find peace. All of these words keep on getting misheard, 'cause I don't even know what I mean. I tell a white lie with the standard reply that my life is an endless blue sky. But I couldn't, no, I couldn't tell you why. Time keeps rushing by. This weak and fickle mind, it changes every day, but it never does. Who I am is who I was.
We are here with the dashing Olive Klug. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Oh, do I just stand here? For some reason, I thought I was gonna like come and hang out with
You're
you.
gonna come like over here and hang
Yeah.
out. I mean, if we had the mics over here, I would love it. But
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
But we're not so far away. Yeah, there you go. We're good. We're good. So you sold out Shubas for your show
Yes.
tonight. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. It's actually my first ever sold out headline show. So
Oh, just ever?
yeah, like first ever sold out headline. I think maybe there was one that was really small, but first ever like big sold out headline show. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, and Chicago's a great place to have that.
Yes, I'm so excited.
So this the last time you were in Chicago, who were you with? And
I was with Proxima Parada.
okay.
And I was opening for them at Chubas, and it was also a sold out show there. So yeah, it's gonna be my second sold out show at Chubas technically, but this time it's my own, which is
Yeah.
really, really exciting.
Full circle.
Yeah, but that was such a fun tour. That was last fall. And they're like some of my best friends now, honestly. They're just like a bunch of dudes in their 30s, and they make the coolest music ever. And I kind of was like, oh, I don't know how this is going to be, just hanging out in a van with a bunch of dudes in their 30s. And they're some of the kindest and most supportive people in the whole world. And it was such a fun tour.
Those 30-year-old dudes can really surprise you sometimes.
They really can surprise you sometimes. It's true.
You're a bit of a nomad, and I've always thought that when it's time to leave a place, the universe and things will kind of let you know and push you to your next destination.
Yeah.
You are Portland bred, and then you spent a bit of time in Los Angeles. So now you're settled in Nashville.
Yeah.
What was the beauty of Nashville, and why did you pick it?
Well, I guess, I'm always one for oversharing on the internet, so
Sure.
I might as well just do it now again. So I was living in LA for a couple of years, and I was like new to music, and I was living in an apartment that was too expensive for what I could afford, and then my financial situation changed in a big way, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can afford to live in LA anymore. But what I did was I basically was like, I'm gonna give it this summer. I also went through a breakup during this time that my financial situation changed. And I was like, oh my gosh, like my friend group in LA that was based around this relationship and also my ability to pay for my apartment, it all changed. And I was like, I'm going to give it a couple months. I'm going to give it like 3 to 4 months. I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to try really hard to like LA and to make new friends and to like look for a different place to live. And if it doesn't work out, I will either go back to Portland or go somewhere else. But I didn't really have a somewhere else. And in August of last year, I took a trip to Nashville and met all these amazing people, figured out that the rent was way cheaper, like started to just build a really big community, specifically like in folk music, which I felt like was kind of lacking in LA. There was a lot of musicians, but I didn't meet many other folk musicians, which is kind of like the niche that I am going more towards, like folk Americana. And so I just had like the best time ever, and I felt like myself, and I felt kind of like uncharacteristically gregarious while I was there. And I just had like such a fun 2 weeks. And I was like, well, I could either go back home, which, you know, would be safe and comfortable, or I could just try this completely new thing while I'm still in my 20s and still unattached. And that is what I did. So, yeah.
Yeah, you took the plunge.
Took the plunge,
And
yeah.
honestly, something that you said struck me because you said safe and comfortable. And, like, sometimes we get safe in our discomfort. Because you were saying LA was not, you know, really being the place for you.
Yeah, no,
So-
I feel I had such a great time in LA. I like look back on those memories so fondly. It was like I don't know, me and my friend who I'm on tour with, we kind of joke that it was like, you know how like there's the TV shows, like the sitcoms of like friends in their 20s, like getting into shenanigans and like having a crazy time and like dating each other. And like, I don't know, it was like, that was like our L Word TV show era of our life. And I feel like, you know, I'm entering my late 20s. I'm just like entering a new phase of my life where I'm kind of out of that, but it was so much fun. And I'm so glad that I did it. And even though it was like, I only stayed there for like 2.5 years, I feel like I will look back on it as some of the most fun times in my life.
Are we talking OG L Word or the next generation? Which one?
I feel that what my friends and I experienced in LA is a more accurate depiction of like the new L Word. I watched the new L Word.
Yeah, same.
I just feel like there's like a lot of like specific experiences that I went through that are so funny and like could be in a TV show and could be in the new. I'm like, we should have been the new L Word. Like me and my friends.
Follow y'all around. Hey, listen, Showtime. You never know. You know. Watch the talk.
If you need like real experiences, if in the writers' room, I got you. I'm here.
So, what's the best way to get over a heartbreak in LA?
Just like going to the beach all the time.
Water.
Yeah, I went to the beach so much just by myself that summer. I was just like always driving to the beach. I actually have a song about that. I'm not going to play it today, but I have a song about that, like just like, yeah, driving to the ocean, driving to the beach and just getting in and like, I don't know, it just like makes you feel something, and having access to that natural beauty is like so special. So I was like, I'm going to take advantage of this even if I leave. So it was really
We have so much in common. I have definitely gone through heartbreak in LA and just walked towards the water crying with my headphones on. That's what LA does. And then you stop over for an in and out and things are okay.
And then things are like okay, yeah, and you're in the sun and it's kind of okay.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Let's get into your next set.
Oh, okay. I need to switch my little instruments around.
Yeah. Didn't mean to just like, let's go. But yeah.
Well, I might know a little more than you about girls and girls and the weight of the world, but I don't know quite what to do. And I can't stop thinking it. Well, you might know a little more than me about stars and guitars and making ends meet, but you don't know what to make of me. I know that you don't know what to make of me. Well, I thought I was immune to this kind of pining, but it lends itself too well to aimless driving. As I make my way to Georgia, I'll leave a candle burning for you and wonder if you're wishing you were the flame, and wonder if your lips are in the shape of my name. Well, you might know that I'm a bit obsessed with your dirty blonde shag and the way that you dress. I wanna just crawl around in your life, maybe share a cocoon. One day we could fly. Well, I thought I was immune to this kind of pining, but are too blind to see the goddamn miracle that I made of me. Well, I know deep in my heart you're too blind to see the goddamn miracle that I made of me.
Right.
The street sign by the home of my new lover, a billboard that I pass by every day. And just when I thought that I had recovered, you're written on the bumper of the car that I'm tailgating on the highway. Well, I'm not one for clinging to the past, but your name keeps trying to hold me back. And I've made my peace with the way these memories taste bittersweet. And it's strange but fine how we grew apart but stayed parallel lines. And 3 years doesn't seem so long when you're haunted by the ghost of Avalon. There were times that I would take the back roads, swore I couldn't stand to see the signs. The sight of your name sent me down a spiral. But lately I've been thinking it'd be nice to sit and catch up over wine. I'm almost certain we could find a bottle, a fruity blend of California red, your name plastered proudly on the label. We'd laugh and let it breathe until we finally put our bitterness to bed. Well, I'm not one for clinging to the past, but sometimes it's fun to wander back. And I've made my peace with the way these memories taste bittersweet. And it's strange but fine how we grew apart but stayed parallel lines. And 3 years doesn't seem so long, though the kids who fell in love are dead and gone. Can confidently say I'm moving on, 'cause when the morning brings the dawn, I don't mind that I'm haunted by the ghost of Avalon. Told me there were fairies in the backyard, so I whispered every time the tulips grew. You told me there's a bowling alley underneath the mess hall, so I listened close for all the strikes you threw. You told me you had magic powers to take away my hiccups, still wonder how it worked every time. You told me that one day I'd be in the driver's seat of my own life, and it might get kinda scary, but it'd be mine. Some of this magic has faded, but don't you dare call me jaded, 'cause I'm sitting in the front seat, crank the music, blast the heat, and I'm casting spells on my life, left and right. Told me shooting for the moon was worth it, so I listened, even if I miss, I'll land among the stars. You told me if you use imagination, all the farthest magic kingdoms can exist right where you are. Then I started growing, the evidence started showing that these tall tales were gilded with lies. They told me to be practical, these idioms weren't factual. It's time to let these silly visions die. Some of this magic has faded, but don't you dare make me jaded, 'cause I'm closer than I seem, I'm staring at my wildest dreams. I'm out here casting spells on my life, left and right. Thank you.
We just heard Casting Spells, a sweet little ditty by none other than Olive Klug. So what came first, the lyric in Casting Spells or the album title, Don't You Dare Make Me Jaded?
Definitely the lyric.
Yeah.
Yes, I kind of knew for this first album, I was like, there's a lyric in here. Like, I didn't name the album until the very end. And I was like, I don't feel like it's any of the song titles. It just didn't feel right. And I was like, there's a lyric in here that's like the right title for the album. And so I kind of just searched through all my lyrics and like tested a bunch of them out. And then I was like, oh, that feels right. That feels like it captures kind of the heart of what this album is about. It's definitely a coming of age album. But I didn't want to call it coming of age because that's too like on the nose, you know? Mm-hmm. But I think it's just like, it's my like kind of post-adolescent coming of age story. And I think that it's really easy to let the world make you jaded. And I think that like what the whole, I don't know, the whole energy, the message, the lyrics, everything, the way I was feeling at the time also just like feeling hopeful in the face of like a world that can really make you feel hopeless. And just like holding on to that hope and holding on to that childlike wonder for the world despite it all. And I think that's where the title, why I resonated with that lyric for the title, I think.
It's a very striking lyric. It's a great album title. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, that meme from Wolf of Wall Street, like, oh, yeah, when you hear it, it's like, oh, wait, I got the connection. It's a beautiful song, and the music video. If you haven't seen the music video for Casting Spells, please do that.
Shout out to Melissa Ladybug.
Yeah.
She animated it. I didn't do anything on that. I was just like, hey, I want it to like, I basically just was like, oh, this is kind of like the story I want it to tell. And she just like created something that was exactly the image of what I had in my head. And I was like, that's awesome. I love people who do visual art because I'm like not a visual artist. And like, I just think it's so amazing how I can just be like, this is what I want. And then for someone to just do exactly what I want. It's crazy.
Yeah, I have a great love for great designers and visual artists because, again, like, and then sometimes a visual artist will say, I can't hear things. I can't, you know, bring words out and things like that. So I think it's just a great gift to have. So how do you protect your imagination these days?
Protect my imagination?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It's my imagination's always running wild.
Okay, so it cannot be tamed or
it can't be tamed.
smoldered.
I think that like there's a lot of discourse right now around like your inner child and like connecting and reconnecting with your inner child. And I think that especially in the job that I do. I just like never disconnected from my inner child.
Same.
Like my inner child's just always there. Like I never stopped being silly. I never stopped like doing cartwheels. I never stopped listening to the music that I loved in middle school. I never like stopped doing all of that stuff. So it's just been, yeah, I don't know. Like they never left. They've always been here.
Okay.
So.
Before that, you played Ghost of Avalon, which is that's my jam. It's just
thank you.
honey dripped and all mood and great songwriting.
Thank you.
Who are some of your favorite lyricists? Because your pen is very on fire.
Thank you. Well, I feel like Joni Mitchell is probably my favorite lyricist of all time. Like, yeah, when I was a kid, my parents would play her in the car. And, they'd play a bunch of other music, but I was always drawn to her, even like from like as early as age 5. I was like, oh, Joni Mitchell, like that's my favorite music. And I think that because I like really was drawn to her and like listened to her from such a young age, like throughout my entire life, I feel like it does really show up in my songwriting and in my voice even. Like I feel like I kind of learned how to sing from like imitating her in a lot of ways. So I definitely get a lot of comments that are like, oh, sounds like Joni Mitchell. And I'm like, yes, I don't know. Like there's nothing I can really do to change that. But I'm also really honored that people think I sound like her. But yeah, also I guess I'll pick 2 other people from like completely different ends of the musical spectrum. But I also really love and like feel that childhood connection to a lot of Taylor Swift's music, but I also feel such a deep connection to a lot of Kimya Dawson's music, who you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, shout out Kimya Dawson.
Yeah, I love Kimya Dawson so much. And then I also just like people in that had a more DIY scene. I know that Mal Blum was like a really inspirational figure in my life when I was young, and now we know each other and like text, and that's really strange. But yeah, those are some of my favorite lyricists. And now I'm like, I can't really think of it. Paul Simon.
Okay.
Great lyricist.
Yeah,
really
all great names.
Sufjan Stevens, really amazing lyricist. Adrian Lenker.
Nice.
Yeah, just shouting them out there. But
let's talk about the Clock app real quick. TikTok kind of helped you kind of find yourself and find your way.
Yeah.
Can you speak on how that's been like really important for you and you finding your Klug bugs, your supporters? Like,
I didn't know I was going to do music. I graduated with a degree in psychology in 2019, and then I just started kind of posting online during the pandemic because I was like living with my parents and didn't have a job because I got laid off because it was a pandemic.
Right.
And then I just kind of started developing this little audience, and I was in like such a low point in my life that I was like, okay, these like 4,000 followers I have on this stupid little app, I'm just going to like dedicate all my time to this and like dedicate all my time to songwriting. And it really paid off. Like it was just kind of something that I never thought I could do realistically. So I just like never really let myself dream. And then once I kind of was at that low point of like, I got laid off from my job, I'm living at my parents', it's the pandemic, I'm 23, I don't know what's next for me. That's kind of when things all started to turn around, and I found myself in this career that I didn't even let myself dream I could have. So it was really cool.
So we're just fully in it right now.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
That is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Massive thank you to Olive Klug for blessing us today. And as always, a major love to our camera people, engineers, editors, artists, and resident dogs here at Audiotree, spreading the gospel of live music. Olive is currently on tour, so catch them in your area when you can. And they've got new music, What to Make of Me, due out in early June. And I implore you to get into their previous projects, Don't You Dare Make Me Jaded and the amazing Fire Alarm EP. Do it now and just be a better person overall. My sweet cherub loves, once again, likes are good, but subscribing to Audiotree means you get these dope videos at the top of your feed when they drop. Get cool merch at audiotree.shop. And if you want the session audio, get it on apps like Spotify or wherever you stream your music. Finally, follow Audiotree on social media for more fun content. I'm Psalm 1. Life is too short not to engage in good music and good conversation, so let's do that. Till next time, stay dangerous. Peace.
All right, so you guys want to do it for real now?